Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is March 24th, 2021, and what I wanted to talk to you about today is last year I grew my Moringa trees from seed, and I put one in the greenhouse and I transplanted it into a larger container, and I'm gardening in Pennsylvania in Zone 5B. So my greenhouse is heated, and we have the artificial lighting in it that we run throughout the fall and the wintertime and the early spring. So as we were going into fall time, I noticed that the tree started losing its leaves. And this was the first time that I ever grew a moringa tree. So I wasn't sure if it was going dormant or what exactly was going on with it, because like I said, we had the lights and the greenhouse is heated. So I just let the tree go, and it did lose all of its leaves. And I kept watching it, and the tree itself did not look dead. So I left it in the greenhouse, and I let it go. And I noticed today that it is starting to put out new shoots up here at the top. So it went dormant, and it's sprouting back out, and you can see here's another sprout here. So apparently in my growing climate, even though it's in the greenhouse with all the lights and the heat and everything else, it went dormant for the fall and winter time. So if anybody else is growing a moringa tree through the winter in a northern climate or something like that, it's a good possibility that the tree will go dormant over the winter time. So I'm glad that I didn't take it out, and I'm someone who I try to give a plant every possibility that there's still life in it. So I'm really happy to see that sprouting back out and starting to grow again. So as this continues to grow, I'm going to come back with more videos and I'll show you. Now this did grow pretty tall, in my opinion, for the first year. It kind of did grow a little sideways, and it has a very big base on it down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and get this fed with some Sea Magic, and we feed it with that every 2 weeks. And I'm going to give it some Eco Scraps 555 all-purpose plant food. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this does. Now, from the research that I've done down south, like in Florida and different places, these can grow very large. But I wasn't exactly sure, how it was going to grow in the greenhouse. I figured it liked the heat, so I'd keep it in here as what I call a greenhouse resident. And, my opinion, in its first year, it grew very well for me and grew pretty tall. I'm sure, probably down south they grow a lot faster and a lot larger, but for my growing climate and for where I'm growing it and how I'm growing it, I was very pleased with how well it grew for me. Now, I do keep the soil on this moist. I don't want it soggy, but I want it moist, and it does seem to like full sun. So it gets the sun. The sun came out today. It's a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. So the sun's definitely out for it. And it appears that it's going to start breaking bud. Where is it? Oh, there. Here we go. Right here as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this actually grows for me this year. Because sometimes, like, when plants are in their first year, or trees or different things, they're focusing more on establishing the root system than what they are for growing. So that is something to take into consideration on certain plants when you're growing them. Now, that's not true for all plants, but certain ones, it seems to be the plants will put like more of their energy into the root system, or establishing themselves for growing, which is what you want. You want a strong, healthy root system on whether you're growing a tree or you're growing an annual, perennials, shrubs. You want that strong, healthy root system so that your plant is able to absorb the nutrients in that it needs. You know, the water, it needs to be able to take in water. So getting that root system established is very important, and that's what fertilizing your plants helps them to do. Now, you don't want to fertilize a dry plant, especially if you're using like a liquid fertilizer, because you can actually burn the root systems on them. And if you're using a liquid fertilizer, I recommend a lighter dose than what they say. That will help prevent the root system from being burnt by too much fertilizer. Now, I do have videos on my channel for how I grew this from seed, and I have a video on my channel for how I transplanted it into the container. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. I'll try to put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank yous for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!